Good morning, folks. Happy St. Patrick's Day. My name is Omer Ahern Jr., and I am the District 3 Grafton County Commissioner. This is my weekly report, or periodic report, I guess they've been weekly. And I'm here to talk with you about what's been going on with the county commissioners over the last week or so. I serve as the District 3 County Commissioner from the towns of Plymouth and Holderness and Hebron, way up to Warren and Wentworth and down to Bristol, Ashland, and way over to Canaan and up into Campton as well. So about 15 towns that I represent in District 3 here in Grafton County. I serve with two other county commissioners. Commissioner Linda Lauer from Bath. She is the chairman of the Grafton County Board of Commissioners. And the other commissioner that I serve with is Commissioner Wendy Piper from Enfield, and she is the District 1 County Commissioner. And Linda Lauer, Commissioner Lauer, is from District 2. So our last meeting, or the meeting this week, was on Tuesday, March 14th. Started at 9 o'clock in the morning up at the County Administrative Office building in North Haverhill. And on the agenda, after we do the Pledge of Allegiance, we make sure we do the Pledge of Allegiance before every one of our meetings. And Jim Oakes, the maintenance supervisor, was the first person on our agenda. And the purpose for him to attend the meeting was to have the fuel bids opened. And the fuel bids that were opened were for propane, for the year beginning July 1st, and for off-road diesel. And unfortunately, we only had one bidder. Dead River, the Dead River Company was the only bidder. We advertised, we solicited bids from a number of different fuel suppliers in the area, and unfortunately, we only got one bid from the Dead River. So if you own a fuel company and you're interested in being able to bid on the fuel requirements up at Grafton County, that would be primarily for propane, for the House of Correction heating system backup, and diesel fuel for the farm and the other vehicles that are used. This is off-road diesel. So because we only had one bidder, the bid for the fuel went to Dead River. The next item, the other thing that Mr. Oakes reported on was a special project that the maintenance department is doing for the Registry of Deeds, and he reported on that project that involves the entry area of the Registry of Deeds up there in Grafton County, and talked about the delays that were causing the completion of that project. Basically involving safety issues. The next person on the agenda was Donnie Kimball, the farm manager, and he didn't show up. And come to find out, he was sick that day. So a lot of folks are ill these days, and he just wasn't able to come over to the meeting. So the next person on the agenda was Kelly Monahan, the Register of Deeds, and she made her monthly report to the commissioners. The Grafton County Registry of Deeds is up in North Haverhill, and whenever you buy a piece of property or put a mortgage on your property, or you sell a piece of property here in Grafton County, those deeds and the mortgage deed are recorded on the public record, which is part of that Registry of Deeds up in Grafton County. And at this time, the elected Register of Deeds is Kelly Monahan. And so Mrs. Monahan came in, and she gives us February revenue results. And the county revenue in February of 2017 from the Registry of Deeds was $55,338. And the state revenue for that same time period was $363,739.20. Basically, the items of revenue that would come into the Registry of Deeds is when a piece of property is sold, there is a transfer stamp that is required to be paid to the state of New Hampshire. The county gets a small percentage of that transfer stamp. There's also the recording fees. Every document that's recorded, there is a recording fee based upon the number of pages. There is a surcharge of $2 per document for most every document that's recorded there. And there's also, because the deed office documents can be accessed via the internet, if someone wants to be able to take advantage of that, they need to have a subscription, and it's $120 a year for someone to have a subscription to be able to view all of the deeds at the Registry of, or most all of the deeds. I think they only go back to 1960 that you can access on the internet. Any documents prior to 1960, and if you want to see them, you would have to physically go up and view the records. I think a lot, our records in Grafton County go back to 1777, 1776, about the time that our country gained its independence from Great Britain. So Kelly gives us a history of the revenue that her office gets for the county each month. And of all of the county departments in Grafton County, the Registry of Deeds is the only department that actually makes money for the county. And she has a very competent group of folks that work with her, and they're good folks, and we're very proud of the Registry of Deeds. So she talked about some conferences that she attended earlier in the winter, and all the electronic things that are coming into the record-keeping business, and it's just kind of mind-boggling what's going on. So that was the report from Kelly Monahan. She also lets us know if there's been any major transfers of property in the county, and she usually gives us a heads up on what those properties are, because they mean money coming into the county. One of the other issues that should be of concern to all of us is the fact that some of our schools are not teaching cursive handwriting. And all of the very early documents in the Registry of Deeds are all handwritten. And if we're not teaching our young children, our young people, how to write and read cursive, they're going to be at a disadvantage if they want to ever be involved in deeds research or working at offices where there are a lot of historical documents that were done in cursive handwriting. So she brought that to our attention, which I was already familiar with. The last person on the agenda for Tuesday, March 14th, regular commissioners meeting was Laura Saffo, the county attorney, and she came in and brought us up to date with what the county commissioners will be doing over the next few months with regard to the Northern Pass situation. And at this point in time, I can report that the county commissioners in Grafton County have taken a position to be against the Northern Pass as it is presently proposed. And Commissioner Linda Lauer, the District 2 County Commissioner, will be the formal spokesman for Grafton County in any proceedings that will be coming up. And actually, the hearings in front of the Site Evaluation Committee will be starting in April, and they're scheduled through the months of April, May, June, July, and into August. Many of you that are out there listening to me are very familiar with the Northern Pass project, and it is something that, to me, is not a good idea for New Hampshire. From my point of view, as a Plymouth resident and as a county commissioner, I'm not in favor of the Northern Pass as it is presently proposed. The other item that we do at our regular commissioner meetings is, in addition to approving the minutes from our previous meetings, the clerk of the Board of Commissioners, which is Wendy Piper, Commissioner Piper. She has to review all of the invoices for items that the county is paying, whether it's for food or medical supplies or the payroll for our 418 employees up at the county. And then the commissioners as a whole, we all have to sign off on all the check registers. So all the checks that are written, we are provided with a copy of those by our county administrator, Julie Libby, and we have to sign off on all of those checks, paying for various expenses and payroll and the nonprofits that have been receiving money from the county in the past. And then the last item was the county administrator let us know that there would be 4 departments or agencies coming in for our Thursday, March 16th budget hearing. And we've been in the throes of our budget hearings now for this month of March, and we'll be continuing that through the month of April. So yesterday, we met with the farm manager. He expressed his apologies to us for not being able to make the meeting on Tuesday because he was sick, and we went over the farm manager's proposed budget for the fiscal year that begins July 1st for Grafton County. And we also heard from Superintendent Tom Elliott, Superintendent of the Department of Corrections. He made his proposed budget for the Department of Corrections and also for Community Corrections. We also heard from Register of Deeds Kelly Monahan, and she went over her budget and indicated to us how much revenue she was going to be getting, or that she estimated to have, versus what her expenses would be. And again, her agency or her department, the Registry of Deeds, is again projected to bring in several hundreds of thousands of dollars of revenue into the budget. So that offsets our tax liability. And then the last agency to come in was the Human Services Agency, and that is Nancy Bishop, who is a longtime director of our Human Services budget. She's the one that keeps an eye on the Medicare, Medicaid payments into the nursing home and any money that we have to reimburse to the state. Nancy does a fantastic job as our Human Services Director. She watches every penny, and sometimes she is able to bring money back to the county when the state has over-assessed residents in the nursing home, either for Medicare or Medicaid purposes. Basically, every department so far that has made their budget presentations to the county commissioners, every department so far has brought in a budget higher or expenses more than what they had for the last fiscal year, which we'll get over on June 30th. Primarily, the items that are increasing tremendously are the health insurance projections. Our health insurance company has indicated that we are going to be seeing an almost 16% increase in the health insurance, and that translates into a $400,000 increase in the health insurance line for the entire county, because we do provide health insurance. We have 2 different levels of health insurance for our employees there. And the other and I can't read my handwriting here, health insurance and I'll think of it, salaries, increases in salaries. Yes, increases in salaries. Longevity is involved, so we're looking very closely at that. I'm looking very closely at the salary lines, and I will be in touch with you as the budget process continues. And the only other thing I'd like to talk with you about this morning, which also affects the county budget, is we have a number, or the county has a number of non-profit organizations, non-profit agencies who request money from the county to help them fund their nonprofit agencies. Now, in my District 3, the nonprofit agencies who have requested money, they have submitted applications, and this is their packet of requests. And I'll tell you the nonprofit agencies here in District 3 that are asking for money from the county commissioners. The first one is the Pemmy Baker Community Health. They provide homemaker and NA services in the Plymouth area, and they are requesting $10,500 from the county taxpayers for the 2018 fiscal year that starts July 1st, 2017. The next agency is NANA, N-A-N-A. They are the homemaker home health agency out of the Bristol Newfound region, and they provide home health aides and homemaker aides. They're requesting $7,500 from the taxpayers of Grafton County. The third agency, and I'm going to be meeting with all of these agencies and talking with them before they come in. I think they're coming in on April 7th, so I'll be contacting them to meet with them. The next agency is Lakes Region Community Services. They're out of the town of Plymouth, and they provide adult in-home care in the Littleton and Upper Valley area, and they're requesting $20,697 from the taxpayers of Grafton County. The next agency is Genesis Behavioral Health Adult Services. They provide community mental health services in the Plymouth area, and they're seeking $23,000 to help fund their agency services. The next agency seeking money is the Bridge House Incorporated. That's a homeless shelter located in Plymouth, and they are seeking $30,000 from the taxpayers to help fund the Bridge House in Plymouth, the homeless shelter. The next agency is Voices Against Violence. That is a domestic violence services in the Plymouth area, and they're seeking $10,000 from the taxpayers of Grafton County. The next agency seeking funding is the Pemmy Youth Center, which provides after-school programs for students in the Plymouth area. They're seeking $8,000 from the Grafton County taxpayers. The next agency is Transport Central, and they are an agency that provides transportation services in the Plymouth area. They are seeking $2,000 from the taxpayers of Grafton County. And the last agency is the Granite United Way, and they provide services at the Whole Village Family Resource Center here in Plymouth, and they are seeking $15,000. So these are nonprofit agencies that are just in the Plymouth Newfound area, the area that I serve as a county commissioner. There are nonprofit agencies in District 1 that Commissioner Wendy Piper has been meeting with, and they're asking for money from the taxpayers. And District 2, Linda Lauer, which is the northwestern part of the county, they have nonprofit agencies up there that are also seeking money. So these folks that are asking money from this area, they're only a part of the nonprofit agencies that are seeking funds. So that's my report at this point in time. The snowstorm that we had earlier this week created a lot of extra headaches for the maintenance department up there, but we get through it. I just want to commend all of the staff, all of the employees that we have at Grafton County. They're an outstanding group of people. Our department heads are outstanding. We're very fortunate to have the people that we have there serving you folks as the citizens and the taxpayers of Grafton County. And I will keep you posted as things go along. If you have any questions of me about any of the things that I talk about here every week, you can certainly reach me at my office telephone number, which is the only telephone I have. I do not have a cell phone. And my phone number at my office is 536-2224. 536-2224. And you can also reach me at my email. I do have email, and my email address is omer.ahern.jr@gmail.com. So it's omer.ahern.jr@gmail.com. And I also want to thank the folks here at Pemmy Baker TV for allowing me this opportunity to share with you what it is that I'm doing as your District 3 Grafton County Commissioner. So again, happy St. Patrick's Day. Have a safe and warm weekend, and I hope to see you next week to report on the Commissioners meeting and maybe our next budget hearing for next week. And I'll keep you posted. Thank you very much. God bless America, and God bless the state of New Hampshire. Thank you.